Hello, hello
Hey guys, welcome to Without a Candle.
again.
Yes.
So I'm here with Carly and I'm Carla. So
What are we
yay.
talking about today?
Showing the fuck up,
Okay.
like, and what that means or what it
Yeah.
could mean.
Yeah.
Um,
Different avenues.
yeah.
Okay.
And maybe, reasons don't have to be excuses, right? So
Yeah.
just explore a lot. So what does showing up mean for you?
So just mindfulness, right? Um, for me in my practice, showing up would be so I guess let's start with a little context of
Okay,
why we show
fine.
up.
Okay.
Okay. Because I feel like that'll
Because they're not in my head.
right,
Right.
more of mine.
And they didn't hear the little scientific we
Yeah.
just talked about before.
Right.
I suppose that's fair if you guys aren't able to read our minds.
How dare you not read it?
Please
So I had a individual that reached out to me last week
don't.
actually
Okay.
and asked where she should start. And I was like, well, what do you mean start? What?
And I'm sure that's the first time you've ever heard where do I start?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Very first. So um I was like, well, what are you interested in? She's like, I don't know. Every time I come to your shop, like I just get more and more interested and I know nothing and I just don't know where to start. And I was like, well, start with what feels natural to you,
Yeah.
first and foremost. Pick up some books, attend some classes.
So she doesn't know that she already has started.
Yeah,
Coming in is the first.
right.
Yeah.
Coming in and being curious is the starting point.
Right.
You know.
Even just being curious.
Yeah. So physically,
Mhm.
that's a little tidbit of context. So physically for me in my practice, if I wanted to um have a starting, I guess you would say, is I would just start showing up physically to things.
Okay.
And then once I got comfortable in my practice, showing up for myself privately.
Okay.
So researching,
Yeah. And
you know,
they don't have to go in any order,
mm-mm,
right? Sometimes the initial step of, getting started is just that curiosity and in your mind's eye, right?
yeah,
And what is this? And being open to exploring what is, right? Um, and we see a lot of that disconnect when there's previous traumatic events with religion,
yeah,
and that doesn't have to be like a traumatic event. Um, it could just be a distasteful atmosphere or a
yeah,
distasteful energy or person or something like that. But oftentimes people are just afraid to even think or have the thought
yeah,
about alternative um, practices,
yeah.
right? So early on, how did you show up for yourself?
I literally started exposure therapy. Like basically, like I would show up to the classes, I would show up to the events. I would show up to the shop just to be at the shop. Like
Okay.
there was nothing be going on, and I just knew I needed to be in the space
Yeah.
that day. You know, and through just normal everyday conversation,
Yeah.
and everything evolves. So, um, I just showed up that way. I allowed myself to ask questions, and I allowed myself to just be open minded. I think being open minded on its own
Yeah.
is a huge way to show up.
Okay.
Because if you start looking at your mundane life with a different perspective,
Yeah.
and being open minded to the different perspectives
Mhm.
of the individuals around you and the environment around you, that's going to expand your relationship with spirituality on its own.
Mhm.
And then from there, curiosity, you
Yeah.
go where you're led to go. Um, so for me, it definitely was just physical exposure therapy.
So early on, when you started coming in to meet and just seeing what the hell was going on, you were making cups in the shop.
Mhm.
But even outside of that, did you ever feel like you weren't welcome, or did you
Oh
ever
God,
feel like you had to buy something?
no.
Because that's what we hear. I hear that a lot.
Yeah,
Um,
that is something that
yeah,
is, oh, I haven't been in for a while. You don't
yeah,
have to have them
right.
here.
I mean, there's a whole space back here,
Yeah.
that doesn't cost a thing.
Mhm.
Even floor space out there, like it doesn't cost anything.
Yeah, just
So I did build, well, we built the library of just
with me.
random books that intrigued my interest.
Yeah.
And so they're here for you guys to sit in the space and read. at no cost, right? As long as there's nothing else booked back here, right? So I show up for myself a little bit differently. Um, and that's just going down the rabbit holes and continuing to study, whether it's listening or, I don't read very much and I have my own reasons for that. Um, but in traveling. So when our schedules allow, we travel to other small shops.
Little field trip.
Yeah. And we do that because we are learning. We are forever a student. And it's nice to have perspectives of people that maybe grew up different than us, that maybe they found their practice differently than we did. The relationships, there's kids, there's all the things that make each of us different. It's nice to hear and to see
The differences in
yeah,
perspective, the difference in
absolutely. And you don't know what you don't know.
yeah.
And we have learned that there's also places and energies that we don't want to be around. So I feel like early on, I was expecting us from all the other places we went to.
Yeah.
And do you remember how disheartened we were when we visited the shop semi-locally and we're like, what in the shit was that? Like,
Yeah.
that's,
Yeah.
and they didn't know who we were.
No.
So
It truly was
just an
like,
energy, an environment.
yeah.
So,
I also do feel like you'll find your space by like visiting to all these
yes,
things, right? So
absolutely.
like taking us out as shop owners and practitioners, like truly just people, right? I can't even tell you how many places that you and I visited together. And one place in particular is standing out to me. And I know that as a client, I would never go
Yeah.
never go back. But then as a client, there's another place where I want to be at every time I go to that town. I want to go visit.
Yeah.
You know, and that
Do you want to share that place?
I really do like Richard the Wind.
Okay. Yeah.
I do like Richard the Wind. The ladies over there are always sweet when I talk to them. And probably Earth Alchemy. I haven't personally been there yet, but I know
Okay.
Sarah.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited to soon
Yeah.
visit her. And she's been in the space before, and I followed her on Facebook, and I'm really excited to go visit one day. I would see when, but one day.
Well, I mean, you can't say when because this podcast won't be out
Oh yeah,
until
right.
then.
So,
So
yeah,
what is today? Today is
today's
July.
Monday, and we're gonna go surprise her on
Yeah.
Wednesday, so in 2 days.
Okay.
So I'm really excited about that.
So by the time she sees this,
We'll already
yeah.
visit. You're right. So, by showing up, you're not only showing up to just learn, you're also showing up to figure out who is right for you and who isn't right for you.
Right.
And just because that one shop that I will never go back again, that doesn't mean that it's bad for everybody.
Maybe
it just wasn't right for me.
Don't hate me. Okay.
Okay.
Because I would want the same for us.
Yeah.
What if they were just having a shit day? Like, do we go back?
Yeah, you know what? Enough time has gone by to where maybe yeah. And I feel like we have evolved too in our practices. That's good. That's good.
I mean, that sucks a little bit, right? Like some of the good stuff sucks just a little bit at first. So I've had my weird days, right? And I would hope as we have evolved now, I would hope that if I was having a shit day and you caught me hungry, and something was just weird as fuck, that you'd be like, okay, that was just a weird as fuck day.
Yeah.
And I would hope that you guys would come back. So maybe that message is out there for someone too, is that we're fucking human, right?
Second chances are valid.
I don't know about much more after that, but that's a later topic. So in that note too, we are both owners in what we've created here, this space. And so what if the person behind the counter was not invested at all? Like they were just there to hold space and collect time. So we do have Jamise and Jill here that help us cover time and space. And they're not financially invested, but those are our people.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And so you've known Jimmy forever.
Yeah.
We're getting a little off topic, but I'll circle back around anyway. You've known Jamisa forever, and Jill has been a customer and a friend forever.
Yeah.
And she is just super excited anytime she can get in.
Yeah.
And
she's happy to be here.
Yeah.
Jamisa truly loves just helping. Like, we call her the mother of the shop because she truly keeps our shit together.
Her name. Yeah. Anyway, so back to showing up for yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, here's something. Right. Here's like a whole like different
Yeah, I was not expecting to be humbled on this podcast today, but damn.
Called out much? Yeah, just kidding. So something someone shared to me a really long time ago.
Okay.
I think we often forget that I have worked in corporate America, but I have often, almost always, raising kids, worked for myself too, whether that was Avon or, whatever, Pampered Chef or whatever. And in that time frame, when I was doing isogenics, there's a couple big moments from that time in my life because I was also not well. So sometimes you show up for others. Like, okay, so what if I didn't want to get up and put pants on today, but something, my intuition was telling me to go to the supermarket, right? And I didn't want to go for myself. Like, I didn't need a damn thing from the grocery store, but someone in the grocery store needed me to be there, right? So in that moment, I showed up for someone else. So it can be the same thing in our practice here, is that if you're even kind of curious, the day you walk in the doors, maybe you're not coming for you. Maybe you're coming for a message for someone else in the shop.
Yeah.
And I've witnessed that happen. I've witnessed a customer come in as another lady was shopping, and the one customer that wasn't expecting to come in today, she simply asked the other customer if she could give her a hug.
Hey.
She said, I can tell you're having a really rough day. May I give you a hug? But that's the kind of place we are, right? So little squishy moment there.
Emotional.
And
I have goosebumps.
Okay.
Around here.
Yeah. So the one lady didn't need a damn thing from here. I mean, she still bought something.
Yeah.
But she's like, I don't even know why I'm here. And that's why she was here.
Yeah, the spirit letter. So when we're talking about being introduced to spirituality and like different, religious paths that's their choosing, showing up for other people can simply look like all of your intuition because it's part of your practice. That could be part of your practice if you want to lean into that side of you. But also just knowing that like your soul chose to be in this human experience for a reason, and just turning off and letting go of that human ego and truly listening to your intuition without any questions or expectation will lead you into finding the answers that are seeking that you may not even have words to articulate.
Still, like every day.
Yeah. Hell, I walked in here to the office door or the office light on and all of the other lights off. Pitch black back here. And all I hear is, I'm over here. You're like curled up in a ball. Well, not really a ball, but like a burrito on the Reiki table. And you're like, I'm just really digesting whatever today. It's a lot. Like my brain feels full. Like I gorged my stomach, like how that feels. And I'm like, oh,
yes. So I was trying to figure out how to word it. So my brain, okay, when you eat too much and you don't quite have the tummy, but you're like, holy shit, I ate too much. That's how my brain felt with all the info coming in today. And in time, I'll share that too.
Yeah.
I go back and forth. I've shared the information with some people. But it's like, we shared in an earlier podcast how we had someone that came in for services and they got a lot, yet they weren't ready for.
Yeah.
I feel like this book could push some people kind of a little far. Okay. Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah. It's tricky. It's a balance because I feel like there are some people that their souls aren't. And I know that's not. I know that's not for me to decide. I know that's none of my business. I literally just heard that.
Yeah.
but we had a conversation recently where I had mentioned in conversation with someone else that the conversation went a little bit deeper than what they had originally thought. And I had wondered if I left them feeling like they weren't enough.
Yeah.
Right. Like I was concerned intentionally that I created some insecurities with that person. And that was not the intent. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it was just I wanted better understanding of what they understood so I could properly share more. Fuckers, I forgot where we were. A spiral.
That's okay. We were just talking about showing up. Where did it go?
So we were showing up.
So this is the raw part of these conversations, guys.
You had mentioned that you came into the shop and I was on the Reiki table trying to figure out digesting stuff. But how was that tied in showing up? I feel like that's where I got lost.
Okay. I'm convinced.
Okay, anyway.
So moving on. Showing up in other ways could be grabbing a random book that maybe
That's still on my mind. Like literally.
Really?
You went to look at books. I'm like, did you pick up one?
Oh, I did back here.
Oh,
yeah, I did back here.
Which one did you pick up?
There was like this. Which one over here?
Okay, we'll go back to that in a second. We'll get into it and read in just a moment.
So, another way to show. Sorry, I was like looked again. Why? Wow. Picking up a book of it, like a book that you wouldn't have. There's no reason you could pick that book. You just picked it up and you're like, I'm going to read that today. Yeah. Following your intuition of knowing that, like, oh, for some reason this stuck out to me. It's not something like a genre that I've ever read before, or like whatever an interest I've never read before, but something's telling me to read it. That also, like, leaning into that type of intuition or that type of like tool can also help as a good like starting point.
So I heard giving your intuition some attention.
Yeah.
It's so almost like you would if it was a pet or like you were a parent. So truly paying attention to it.
Yeah.
And setting aside time to do the things. Right. Okay.
Early on too, I don't know if we were recording or not when you had mentioned this, but you had said, how would we show up if we physically didn't want to? And we were talking about like going to other classes and like events and things like that.
So that's hard. And I feel like this is different because of who we are a little bit too, right? One, most of you guys know I am basically a solo practitioner. And I had my reasons for that too. I don't mind to share and teach a little bit. I do prefer small, organic conversations versus leading a whole class. I like being private, and I know. So people know who we are, right? And sometimes to get the whole experience for just a moment, I need to just be Carla. So how far would I have to go?
Like how far you would have to travel outside of our radius. So
just to be Carla.
Yeah. So you
can attend
classes and really be a student.
I'm not ARW-RIR's R&R, right? So does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay.
So taking out that aspect of it, right? I feel like if people truly wanted to show up for their own practice and if they're getting into spirituality and things like that, but maybe they don't have the funds or maybe they don't have the time and space or for whatever the reason is that they can't physically go to a class or an event, maybe you take what you can learn. So like, for example, or gathering function. What if you can't go online and find a community online? Or you can make your own community. You can find fellowship in just reading the blog. You can
Right.
find fellowship in reading, different books. You can find fellowship in, watching videos, things like that, and connecting that way.
Does this cost anything? Our podcast?
Here's
So you can totally show up and I know it's different. There's no chat back and forth. If I had a clicker for every time that we had fellowship out there just on a random Tuesday, it would probably add up more than our paid services.
Oh,
right?
100%.
As much conversation as we have.
100.
Yes. Yeah.
When it comes to learning new things, as far as like the classes, so like for example, I have the crystal grid class coming up at the end of the month. Maybe you can't come to that, and that is okay, but maybe that's something you're interested in.
Yeah.
Well, find resources that you
So
can access to learn that for your.
I'm sure, like I can speak for myself, but I'm pretty sure I can speak for you too. If you were truly putting in the work and truly showing up for yourself and, attempting to be in the space, and you came to me and said, I cannot budget for this particular class. If I'm the practitioner, and I know that that's true, remember, we know, like, we read each other, or we read people or whatever, then I'm pretty sure I would find a way to include you in something that you needed.
Oh,
Not wanted, needed.
Yeah.
So like our Ross trip, we pay out of pocket to cover some of the space and to cover some of the intuitive whatever. And that's not something people need.
Yeah.
Right. But people may need a sound bath. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we work.
Oh, 100%.
So
That's why, like, we have been known to do scholarships for our Reiki trainings. We have known to barter for services. We have been known to energetically donate a spot during classes to people. My Basics 101, I don't have a set price on that. That is donation based because I truly feel like education should not be profit off of.
Yeah.
But energy exchange, right? So any of my classes can be booked under that service. And if you truly don't have the funds for that, we'll have a conversation with me.
So I'm okay. Now we're candid, right? This is real candid emotion conversations. There are individuals that can budget for our services, our classes, and say they cannot, but they choose not to. So the real conversation there is if you're choosing to make something a priority over your journeys, right? So if you can, budget to eat out, and if you can budget to, blah 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 of other things you don't need, then don't
take for granted the generosity that is given to you, whether it is us as practitioners or other practitioners elsewhere.
And there's more karma attached to that too. So when you do that, when you claim a space without putting in the work and like really needing that space, then you are taking from someone else's opportunity. Because, while there's sometimes that we can hold space for 6 people at no cost, but there's sometimes that we can't. Yeah. Right. So
we do have to keep the lights.
Yes, there is definitely a process to that. Yeah. So I had a thought, perhaps back here, and wait a minute, but back here we put a jar, dedication jar, or like for a drawing for those people that are coming, and maybe they can draw and attend one free class of ours.
I like. Yeah. I also just got an image of, how like when you go into like a coffee shop, they have like a board of like, a free coffee for like a student or like a free coffee for a first responder. What if we had something like that? Okay. For individuals to be like, you know what, I'm feeling generous today. I'm gonna put $10 towards a ticket for somebody, or I'm gonna put, whatever it is, like a free Reiki session for somebody. Yeah. And they energetically paid for that, and that truly helps somebody that financially cannot travel, but they really want to and they're doing the work. Because sometimes you can't show up for yourself and do all the things and you still feel limited or you still feel blocked or like however that looks for you. And you just need time and space. Yeah, and then okay. Yeah. So if you're on a spiritual journey and you feel just so compelled, or not even compelled, drawn to something, drawn to something, just lean into that, guys. Lean into that. Don't ask questions. Just let yourself go where spirit guides you go, because that's really going to shape your path. Your path doesn't have to look like anyone around you. Because you're an individual, they're an individual. Like we are with each other, probably more so than our husbands at the time now. And we practice so differently.
Absolutely.
But complementary. Okay. But we don't push that on each other, but we still learn, right?
Like all of our little side thoughts and side quests and banter.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Like the exposure of therapy, like your rabbit holes, you're like, listen to this, read this, and I'm like, okay, and like I have a different perspective of the same thing that we're looking at or researching or whatever it is, and we sit here and be like, oh, this is what I took of it, this is what you took of it, and we adapt that into our practices individually. So talk to people around you too. That's a good resource. Know what they're doing if they want to share. So,
and if anyone wants to talk to me privately about why I have chosen to be more solo than not, then you guys can absolutely ask on a personal, private level. So, what else, Karlie? I feel like I'm fading fast. This is definitely the last one for the day.
Yeah.
Well, I do want to follow some intuition.
Okay.
And I do want to grab that book that you picked up.
Okay.
So earlier when you were walking out there, I'm like, did you touch one?
Yeah.
And that was me asking, like,
what stuck out?
Did you? Yeah. So let me grab the one that you picked up.
That top one right there.
The Secrets of the Witch?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. I opened it up. I fanned through it a little bit.
You do it. So you don't even know why, right?
No,
that is typically not a Karlie thing. That's typically not a Karlie book.
Right? No, it isn't.
Okay, so
you want me just to flip to
yeah,
page?
Let's just
okay. This one actually, I like the artwork on this. Okay. So I don't know how well you guys can see it.
Oh, it's on reverse too.
Yeah. Sorry, guys.
That's okay.
That really stuck out to me. So this is Guardians of Planets and Destinies. Oh, is that plants? That's not planet. I can't read apparently. Okay, Guardians of Plants and Destinies. So divination and destiny have long been associated with women. In ancient Greece, oracles were called what's that word? So,
yeah, I don't know.
Fiblis?
Looks like a Fiblis.
Syphilis? I don't know.
Completely.
Correct me, guys. Correct me. The oracle at Delphi was among the most famous. She was the high priestess of the temple, and she was named the Pysa. Oracles read the signs from the gods and told the future. In ancient Rome, the three Parse, or the three faiths, were women who embodied destiny. They controlled the lives of not just people on earth, but also the gods. Interesting. I want to add something to that in a minute. Okay. People's perception of women as close to the gods and to Mother Earth led them to believe women understand the healing properties of plants. In ancient myth, the enchantress, Meada, advises Jason on how to put a dragon to sleep using herbs. This useful and feminine skill is something that is known for being rather suspicious in the story of Medea, The story of Medea and the rules of the Pytha and the cyclist. I think that's how you say that. Show how the witch started to take shape in ancient times. So very interesting, this first paragraph to me, because in Norse mythology, we have the equivalent, but they're called the Norns, and they are the weavers of fate with the web of weird. And so,
Pause for a second.
yes.
Oh, we can edit it out if you want to. You're going to want to because now I'm talking to you and not there.
Oh no, I
So if you want to,
Yeah.
you can take a picture of that.
Yeah.
And do some notes
Okay.
another.
Yeah.
That's you though.
Okay.
Because you did just link some similarities, and
Yeah.
I see how that created like
Ooh.
yeah, a little bit of twinkle in the
Yeah.
eye. But that's up to you.
Okay.
But if you want to go ahead and share
Yeah.
it, you want to.
I'll just share the little bit that I was going to,
Okay.
and that could definitely be like a whole other deep dive because there's so much more. And I would love to deepen my knowledge on this mythology as well. What did they say? It was Greek or Roman. Either way, in Norse mythology, the Norns are the weavers of fate. Greece. And they have threads of people's lives that weaves into the web of weird, and they also not only weave fate for people in humanity, but also the gods too. So truly showing that even with some,
no matter your stature, but you still have people that give me culture.
Yeah.
Man.
And very interesting that that passage spoke out because in my meditation and like these meditations that I have been doing, I am closely working with the Nords. So it's very, very touches home to where I'm at in my journey.
So I think this may be, a validation between the two of us, right?
Yeah.
You saw me look like
Yeah.
I was like, okay, what? And you're like, I touched that one. If I had not have listened to my intuition, what would I have just kept from you?
That validation of
there was some emotion there.
Yeah.
There was some more interest piqued.
Yeah.
So who am I not to do what I'm led to do?
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's just a reminder that some things are none of my business. Even some of the messages of my own intuition.
Yeah. And I like that regardless of being in session with somebody or not, you had that download or that aha moment and you were like, no, this needs to be set up. Yeah. And you didn't like
I almost did
anything
because I was like, well, it doesn't really belong here.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, apparently it did.
So
and this also goes back to picking up a book that you normally wouldn't have because this, again, not a genre that I would have picked up at all. Now I'm going to read this.
I really want to cut the red strings off. I don't know why. It's just bugging me.
Yeah, I don't understand that. Yeah. But if you guys are interested, I will put this title of this book in the footnotes. It's Secrets of the Witch. And who's the author? There's 3 authors, Julia, Elsa, and Laura. I will, like I said, I'll put some in the footnotes if you guys are interested in it. It's got cute graphics and now like interesting information. So that is a wrap for today, y'all.
Yeah, I think so.
Afternoon.
That's a win.
Deep dive.
Oh no, we're not. What are we doing? We have a little bit. This one we have Witches Day out.
Oh, we have the meeting tonight. Yeah,
and it's only 2:30, so we've got quite some time.
we got some time. So okay, well, you guys enjoy your day. Check out the website. You can shop with us now. You can book our appointments on our website now. Or click the Beacons link. That'll take you to all of the things. Platform to leave us feedback, have a conversation with us. We love chatting with you guys.
I'm excited, y'all. Yeah. So much more to come.
No, there really is. I love that we're putting these out every Friday, 8 a.m. 8 a.m. on Friday is when we're launching these. So we will talk to you guys next time. Thanks for listening.
See you when we see you. Bye, y'all.